Good afternoon and welcome to Cspn. I'm here with Cheyenne Garbo, and today we have a very special broadcast about World War II in remembrance of all the soldiers who laid down their lives. To start off, we should probably talk a bit about what exactly started the war. World War II was not caused solely by the short-term events in the 1930s such as Austria and Czechoslovakia. The anger and resentment that built up in Nazi Germany, and which was played on by Hitler during his rise to power when he became Chancellor in January of 1933, also had long-term causes that went back to the 1919 Treaty of Versailles. Patriotic Germans have never forgotten their nation's treatment in Paris that year. And now we would like to take some time to reflect upon the major battles of World War II. Cheyenne?
The first major battle of the war was when Hitler invaded Poland on September 1st, 1939. The invasion marked the start of World War II, and the Polish army was defeated in a few weeks of the invasion.
Next, the Battle of the Atlantic was fought using U-boats and other ships of the German Navy. The Battle of the Atlantic was the longest continuous military campaign of World War II, going from 1939 to 1945.
The attack on Pearl Harbor was a surprise military attack by Japan against the United States in Hawaii. The attack was meant to make sure the U.S. would not interfere with the Japs in the Pacific.
Next, the Battle of Midway is when the United States inflicted irreparable damage on Japan on June 3, 1942. It is arguably the most important naval battle of the Pacific campaign. The Japanese tried to lure the American aircraft carriers into a trap. This plan was faulted by the Japanese assumptions of the Americans' reactions and poor initial dispositions. Luckily, the American codebreakers were able to determine the date and location of the attack, warning the Navy to set up a counter-ambush. With the combination of the Japanese naivety and being able to break the code, the U.S. came out on top.
And now, before our commercial break, we're taking this time to bring you breaking news. On the show The Bachelor, things are getting heated up with Mr. G in the audience. With Bachelorette Courtney reaching the end, things are definitely going to begin getting crazy. We'll be right back after this commercial break.
It's gonna get hot today. Grab an ice-cold sun drop and show us how you drop it.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
And drop it.
'Cause I got it going on. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
A thirst-quenching citrus soda just dropped. Coast to coast. Sun drop.
That's how you drop it.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like
Good
it's
afternoon and
hot.
welcome back to CSPN, where we're taking the time to remember all of the brave soldiers in World War II as well as the major battles of the war.
That's right, Sydney. And we're on to Stalingrad. The Battle of Stalingrad was a major battle of World War II in which Nazi Germany and its allies fought the Soviet Union for control of the city Stalingrad in southwest Russia. The battle took place between August 23, 1942 and February 2, 1943. It was amongst the largest on the Eastern Front and was marked by its brutality and disregard for military and civilian casualties. It was amongst the bloodiest battles in the history of warfare.
The Allied invasion of Sicily was a major World War II campaign in which the Allies took Sicily from Nazi Germany and Italy. It was a large-scale amphibious and airborne operation followed by 6 weeks of land combat. It launched the Italian campaign. It began on the night of July 9, 1943. It was successful in the fact that it drove out the Axis air, land, and naval forces from the island.
The invasion of Normandy was the invasion and establishment of Allied forces in Normandy, France, during Operation Overlord. The invasion was the largest amphibious operation in history. The initial landing was on June 6, 1944, and ended in late July.
Finally, VE Day marked the end of the World War II campaign in Europe. VE Day was accomplished by multiple Allied victories throughout Europe, and finally the German surrender on May 8, 1945. The invasion in Asia ended when Japan agreed to surrender on August 15, 1945.
Now over to Patrick and Nick, who are going to talk a little bit about the Holocaust.
Well, thanks, Cheyenne. The Holocaust was a detrimental event that happened in the world's history. Millions of Jews died at the hands of the Nazis. They were forced out of their homes and put into concentration camps. Some had the fortune of being workers in factories, but, however, some were not so fortunate.
That's right, Patrick. Many of the Jews were sent to extermination camps because they were too young, too old, or sickly. The only Jews that were kept alive were the ones healthy and the ones able to work.
Germany and Poland suffered the most of the Jew loss. Both had a 90% death rate of Jews, and Russia had the lowest death rate at 11% of the Jewish population.
Some Jews were lucky. They were part of Schindler's very prestigious list. Schindler was a Nazi that saw the views of Hitler but did not fully support them. To get around this, he had Jews work in his factory. Schindler was actually a very good man, saving nearly 1,100 Jews.
To put things into perspective a little better, Indiana has about 6.5 million people residing in it. Poland lost about 3 million Jews. That would be about 50% of the Indiana population.
The total number of Jews killed was just over 6 million. That would almost be the entire Indiana population.
And here's another breaking news tidbit before our break. We found Arthur's real-life look-alike. He looks almost close to me, but we'll see after the break.
I look at her and I just want to give her everything.
Yeah, you know, everything can cost upwards of...
I did not want to think about that.
Relax, relax, relax. Look at me, look at me. 3 words, Dad. E-Trade Financial Consultants.
So I can just go talk to him?
Just walk right in and talk to them. Dude, those guys are pros. They'll hook you up with a solid plan. They'll... Wait a minute. Bobby? Bobby, what are you doing, man?
I'm speed dating.
Get investing advice for your family at E-Trade.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Cspn. In conclusion, we want to talk about what exactly ended the war. It ended with the unconditional surrender of the Axis powers. Germany surrendered on May 7th to the Western Allies and May 8th to the Soviet Union, 1945, about a week after Adolf Hitler had committed suicide. Japan was able to hold out for another few months and was preparing for a desperate and bloody defense in the event of the American invasion on the home islands. Atomic bombs were then dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki on August 6th and 9th, respectively. After that, the imperial government sought the emperor's personal authority to surrender, which he granted. He made a personal radio address announcing the decision on August 15th, 1945. The surrender was assigned on September 2nd, 1945, above the USS Missouri in Tokyo Bay. President Truman officially declared an end to the hostilities by presidential proclamation on December 31st, 1946.
Thank you to everyone who tuned into CSPN. This has been your news at noon. Have a good rest of the day.
His blood pressure's a little low right now. You need some brownie.
It's blood sugar, not blood pressure.
Lament Tridente.
Can I?
Wait, him or me?
Keep it both.
No. You can do it to him, but not me.
Keep your pin band strong.
What did you just say?
Hey, who wants to eat this bug down here?
Give it.
Oh my god.
Protein.
Dude,
Oh my god, the protein!
Did you see the commercial?
No, we didn't show him that commercial. Oh my god.
do you really want this bug to eat?
Give it to me.
Okay,
I'll throw
do-
it down. That can be our commercial.
Oh my god.
I'll just crunch it. Bugs. Great source of protein. Bear Grylls. This Bear Grylls signing off here.
Oh my god. I can't get it. You get it? Where'd it go? It's right there. There you go.
Do you honestly think I'm gonna eat it?
Yes. We can hope.
We will force it down your throat.
That's not even protein.
That was terrible. No. Okay.
He got you.
Okay. Everyone go this way.
I should have just thrown it down, dude.
You should have. Will you? Because it's still over there. You can.
I'm good. It's been on the floor now.
What?
Alright, can we start this, you know?
Millions.
Can you just say it normally?
Keep going.
Millions of Jews died at the hands of the Nazis. They were forced out of their homes and into concentration camps. Some had the fortune some had the fortune of being workers in factories. Wait, are we doing this right now?
Oh my no.
No.
Gavin, what are you staring at?
Lost it. Lost my spot.
Where'd Cheyenne go?
Alright, let's start back over at some. Some had the fortune of main workers in factories. You little bastard. I'm gonna throw you off that little stool.
I didn't say it.
I am saying it, you
Do it normally.
Others, however, were not so fortunate.
Well, that's right, Patrick.
Oh, that was funny.
Obviously.
Yeah, okay.
You guys need to lean in. Cause
Come here, gal. We gotta be comfortable here, you know?
You gotta make a red, like a little post-it note, like star.
A little
You
Can we
put
just
on.
be like this?
Oh my God.
Come here, oh, she saw him grab my ass. she hasn't seen the front side yet.
Oh God.
Sometimes, you know, my doctor told me, whenever I'm feeling frustrated, just take a full of deep breaths. Do it, dumbass.
Oh my God. Okay.
Hey, do you know, you being so smart, what if I were to throw a 25-pound weight at someone's head, what would happen?
Probably several fractures throughout his skull and some brain hemorrhage. Let's not do that.
I just love this thing. I'm gonna take it home.
Can you seriously have that in the shot? I'm just gonna endorse 800.
Is this really
1800.
work?
800.
You don't even know how to read a damn.
Alrighty, that's right, Patrick. Many of these Jews were shipped to extermination camps because they were too young,
They were murdered too.
too old, or sickly.
It's a depressing story.
The only Jews that were kept alive were the healthy ones that could be forced to work.
My grandma was working.
Oh my God.
Doesn't matter.
Can we please give him some alcohol so he just calms down?
We need to give him brownies. That's what he needs.
Alright, Gal, you're up, man. Germany and Poland.
Yeah.
Alright,
Sir, keep reading.
well, see, Patrick, some of these Jews happen to be lucky, you know? They were part of Schindler's very prestigious list. He was a Nazi, but he saw the ways of Hitler. Didn't fully support him.
Great to know.
But to get around that, he'd act like he supported them. He had Jews working in his factory. Schindler. He was actually a great man. You're up, gal.
Put things into perspective. A little bit better. Indiana was about 16.5 people.
6.5, not 16.5.
I know. Fast reading pace right down there. Indiana.
That would not be 50%.
No. I'm reading. Indiana.
2.5.
I have lung cancer now.
Good.
Good.
Glad to see you're dying.
Thanks. Put things into perspective.
That is so terrible. Oh my God.
Oh crap! What was that?
To put things into perspective,
Which is not capitalized, by the way. I don't know why.
Say a little bit better. Indiana had about 6.5 million people residing. Poland lost about 3 point. Oh wait, there's no point there. 3 million Jews. It would be 50% of Indiana population.
Well, the total number of Jews killed, sadly, 6 million. With all the homosexuals and all others killed, it was close to 11 million. Just the Jews alone would be almost the entire Indiana population. Go, buddy. Oh.
And here's another breaking news tidbit. Before our commercial break, we have about what? We have found Arthur's real life lookalike. He's pretty close to me.